Hi everyone, Grey Power 60 here. A couple of things to talk about today, and I'm going to share this with you in a moment. It was sitting way up on the top of my bookcase, and I've had it there for a few years because I did this a few years ago. So let me put it aside, and I'll be right back with that. I have some other things I want to share with you. I know you'd rather hear about that. And I just realized I've got ink on here. So I was playing around with some cards, and I mentioned it before, and then I couldn't remember who it was, and she reminded me a while ago. Let's see if I can bring it up a little higher and continually have some light on it. Not the card, the laminate. Kentucky Krafter had taken some dried flowers, and I'm just wondering if I have them handy. Yes, I do. Okay, I had purchased these. I don't remember whether it was on Amazon. I think it was Amazon. I'm pretty sure it was Amazon because I got it quite quickly. And these are dried actual flowers. Well, I don't know if they're actual flowers, because they're awfully small for actual flowers, but they're very, very delicate flowers when you're trying to work with them. You really need a, what do you call those things? Can't even find mine right now. I've been so busy doing stuff. Tweezers. Oh my God. I had to see them to actually tell you what they were. Pretty sad. To delicately lift them up. Anyway, she was doing some specimen cards. Now, I don't have a Cricut. Well, I have a Cricut Joy. Don't tell anyone. I have never used it. The first time I opened it and tried, it overwhelmed me, but it could be because it was last year. I was stressed with looking after Mom because she had declined quite a bit, and earlier in the year, as she did from time to time, she would decline a little bit, stay there for a while. Anyway, I'm going off topic here. What she was doing some specimen cards, and she had them cut out on her Cricut. And like I said, I have a Cricut, but I haven't used it. It confused me. I need to get my daughter-in-law over here. That is so sad for a woman, me, who worked on computers for 25 years. As the years went ahead and they upgraded, I was in the thick of it, upgrading with all of them. I knew how to correct mistakes. I knew how to upload things. I knew how to plug things into everything. I've been retired since 2010, and all of a sudden I feel like a real idiot because I've even got to ask my daughter, some apps confuse me. I don't know whether they're too simple and I'm looking for a complicated way of doing things, or whether they're so complicated that my brain's going, logically that doesn't make sense to me. Okay? Anyway, let's get over that. So she was making specimen cards, and I had found in my stash, here they are. Oh, when I was doing things, sorry, I was standing up looking in my video to show you these, looking in my camera, my phone, to show you these. I thought they were so cute. Anyway, so remember when I bought the big container full of these photo things? Well, I had put some of my journaling ephemera in here, and and it was in my middle drawer in my highboy, and I completely forgot about it. I completely forgot about it because it was new, and it was something I shouldn't have used right away because I had already had a plan for everything else. Anyway, forgive me for that. We'll get to that later. Anyway, I had ordered these a long time ago, and they're all acetate, printed acetate, pretty, and I don't know if you can see them properly, and I don't have a piece of paper handy. Oh, I got this one. No, you can't see it on white. Silly girl, silly girl. Okay, let's just hope you can see them. You know, they're patterned. They're different sizes. I've got bigger ones and littler ones, and some of them have got writing on there. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, when I opened up the middle drawer and saw all these things lined up like this with no labels on them yet, and I took it out and I went, oh my gosh, I was looking for those. And so I've had those flowers for a while. And I decided last night I wanted to play. So I decided to start, well, I couldn't make a specimen card, but I thought, well, I could make a tag. So what I did was measured this and then took my X-Acto knife. I had outlined on this thing here. Oh, let me get out one. Gosh, I'm not good at explaining today. What is the matter with me? So I took this and I pencil outlined it, and I knew I had to come in about a quarter of an inch. No, an eighth of an inch. I come in a little bit so that I could glue that. Now, I had to take one of these and I had to see which is the right side, right? So I had to flip it over, take my flowers, put them on here. Anyway, if I remember, I'll put the link to Kentucky Krafter and her specimens that she was doing. And she'll show you properly how to do this. But anyway, put the flowers on here. And then I had to get another acetate piece, which I didn't have to do because I wasn't opening up the back. I didn't have to, but things you learn as you're doing stuff, right? But what I did, I put the flower on here, then I put the other piece of acetate so that you could see through it, right? It was all glued together, right? Then I did that, and then I decided to take these cards, and then I cut a hole in there, and I put that in, and then I took another piece and glued the two together so they're really quite sturdy. And that's what I was doing last night. And then I decorated it. I put a little piece of paper up here. I put lace trim around. I was going to put something in here because on this one, the lace was wide enough, you know, to kind of hide the sides. Whereas this one, I was going to put some more of this scripted paper in here, but I didn't. I got tired. Before I'd done all that, I found a little piece of card, and I decided to decorate it. So I put paper on it, and then I put some stamps on it, and I stamped it with black. And I thought, oh, this is a cute little card. Now, this is a really thick card. So in order for it to flatten, I would have to kind of, I don't know what paper that is, what card that is that's so thick. I do have some very thick craft paper, and I can't remember if I got it at Michael's. Probably. I got a lot of my 8.5 by 11. Anyway, so that's what I was doing last night. Got tired and went to bed. So, you know, I was playing around with that. I didn't videotape the process at all because it was an experiment. I should have put it under experimenting because that was a lot of fun. Now I know better. I don't need to have 2 pieces of lamination. It's kind of bubbly here because of the flower being, you know, 3D. And these ones are flat flowers. But this one here with the stick, I was going to call it, with the stems, it makes it a little bulkier, but I kind of like it. And then I had one at the bottom, so it looks like a flower fell off. Anyway, I really thought these were fun to do. I would do them again, but not with that really heavy. I don't know what the GSM on it is, because usually the paper that I buy from Michael's, the 8.5 by 11, are usually, I think, 65 pound. And this may be 100 and something pound because it's quite thick. Oh, and the other thing I thought I would mention, I thought I would try this clear glue. I've had it for a while. Still good, but because this is very heavy paper, it started to come apart. So I had to re-glue it, and I used some of my tacky glue. And I like my tacky glue. I find it works almost as good as the art glitter glue for me. And I can't afford the art glitter glue. It's just crazy expensive. Did I just hit you? I am sorry. So anyway, we'll just leave those there to look at. Now, getting back to this. I had made this, and I'm sure it was for Easter or something. And what they were, and look at the dust. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to. And this is washi that, of course, I didn't double glue because in those days I didn't know. I had used Velcro to hold onto these, and they were supposed to hold, and I can't remember whose idea this was, they were supposed to hold little gifts in it or something. Life is lovely. So what I thought, I'm sorry, I have to, you know, I mean, it's a cute little thing and I would love to have, but since I've already made the cover, I thought I would make, and I'm going to redo it, I thought I would take these all apart. I am sorry I'm doing that. I am so sorry. I think I glued this one down, but that's okay. Yeah, I glued it down. That's okay because I'm taking it all apart. I'm taking it all apart. And I must have, scissors. Let's cut that off right there. Yeah, I'm going to rip it all apart, take off all the Velcro, take these all apart. I mean, it's just sitting there and I have no use for it and it's just collecting dust. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with it in a minute. I really used strong glue on this, didn't I? I even had a use for my 3D, my little flowers here. I've got so many of these. I have got a big box full of flowers. I'm gonna just... So, do I want to keep any of these? No, I'm afraid I'm gonna throw it all out and put it in my recycle bin. Oh, how terrible of me to do this, right? How terrible. But I have a reason for it. I really do. These are all stickers. I'm gonna have to take them all apart, rip them all off. Isn't that awful? Look what I'm doing to this. I'm destroying it. Okay, the reason I'm doing this, I thought maybe you'd like to see me destroy something instead of make something for a change. Maybe I should call this destroying something. What can I call it? What can I call it? While I'm doing this, think of a name that I could call this video. Destroying something. Destroying. Let me see. Ripping apart my project. No, that's not interesting enough. Totally not interesting enough. Okay, we'll take these out for now. Okay, guess what I'm going to do with this? This is going to be, and I'm going to take this off as well. I know. You're going to feel that's so pretty. You could leave it as hello because of this time of year. Yeah, I'm going to have fun ripping this apart. I have other ideas for it. All right, so while I'm going crazy here, I'm going to take this one off because it's not working. I'm going to use some material to reinforce my bends. I am going to be making, for my first journal in March, because I want to do two. I want to do an actual journal with, you know, my signatures and so on. But this one, I want to make an ephemera journal. And I'm going to experiment with my fuse tool to take, because I don't have a sewing machine, and I don't think it would go through this anyway, but if I had pages, let me grab something here. Obviously not this size. I could, you know, I would take these in and I would fuse the, either, not, laminate might be too thick, but then the fuse thing might work better than using page protectors, and put them in here. And this is going to be my ephemera journal. So I was watching a few videos, and I noticed that, and I can't remember who, could have been Carrie from Carrie the Krafter, could have been anybody, could have been who knows, so many. I have so many that I watch that are very artistic and easy to listen to. Okay, maybe that's another thing I look for, is someone who is easy to listen to, and I hope I'm not being shouting or being mean or anything. But yeah, if I could get, that's a little bit big, but if I could get some laminate and fuse it, and I want to see if that fusing tool will work, that will be really cool to have a bunch of signatures. That would hold a lot, because that's quite thick, and depending on how many pages I have in each signature. And each signature could be my vintage, all of my vintage, so I'm not putting them in these boxes, all of the vintage ephemera that I have. I might be able to put 4 in here, I think. I might be able to put 4. We'll see. And that way I can open it up and flip through. I know it's not big. I know it's you know, it's, how big is this thing anyway? It is 6.5 by 8. So 6.5 by 8. Now, I made this a while ago, and I did a pretty darn good job. But I think if I'm going to be using this for my vintage ephemera, see, this is coming apart here. I could put lace. I could put a nice lace on here, a new cover. I would have to take this off. It would take me a while to do that, but I'm sure I'll be able to somehow, because this is foam. This is glitter foam on there. So that's going to be really fun to try and take off. I know I'm destroying something pretty, but if it's just sitting collecting dust and I'm not showing it and I'm not sharing it, you know, what's the point, right? What's the point in having it? So, you know, anyway, that is my plan for this, is to actually make an ephemera journal so that I can open it up, oops, flip through the pages and have, and I'm thinking because it's only 6, I may just have half a page. So this would be 1, then I would have another tuck in here, another slit in here. So I'd have 1, 2, You know, and maybe with some of my very large ones that I don't know if I have anything that's big in here, because these can go sideways, you know, all of these papers. And the round ones, you know, I've got those, but do I have anything big? Oh, well, here's a fairly big one. I could have, well, it still would fit half, because I could still fit, yeah, I could still fit that in half, because that is 5.5 by 4, and it would probably be 5 by 4, I think, or I'm not sure. I'm going to have to do a lot of measuring. I'm going to have to do a lot of thinking. So I hope you'll come back as I step by step go through that